today at ChattState. We'll be discussing sports in general, and I got a couple of my classmates here. Go ahead and introduce you guys yourself.
Hi, I'm Hunter.
Christy Wilson.
Philip Jackson.
And we're just gonna start off talking about the World Series. So Hunter, how you feel about Game 1 so far?
Well, last night, Cardinals pulled it out 3-2. They scored the first 2 runs in the 4th inning off a Lance Berkman 2 RBI single. The Rangers followed up right after that in the 5th with a 2-run home run from Mike Napoli. Cardinals scored what turned out to be the winning run though in the 6th off a RBI single by Alan Craig. And honestly, I see the Cardinals winning this series in 6 games. Their pitching is on fire, and they're getting contributions from everybody. I mean, they won a game last night because of Alan Craig. So
you said 6 games?
6 games in the series. Yeah, that's
Cardinals,
what Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, okay. You said they got pitching for that too, right? For all these hitters we got.
They put out Philly. They can put out Texas.
Okay. You ever heard of Josh Hamilton? Boom. How long you think they're gonna last? All series, 7 games. 7 games.
2-time goal.
Texas.
Who do you think will win?
Texas.
Texas
Okay.
and 7.
Texas
All right.
is 7.
Okay.
And Cardinals with Albert Pujols, Mr. Golden Glove 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we still got the Rangers. And that's Texas.
We have the
That's
best.
a lot of
pitching.
bats.
Cardinals have the best pitching in the postseason right now.
Right now. So you know what that means? They've been pitching a lot. They getting tired, ain't they? They getting tired.
Good point.
And them hitters can't hit nothing. So hey.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, another lighter side. Let's go talk about this NBA lockout. How you feel about that? Is it justice? Is nigga justice be due feel, or what needs to happen?
Well, the NBA lockout right now is really terrible. You know, it's we love basketball. Everybody love basketball, but everybody love money too. So pretty much that's the problem with the NBA and the ownership. All the players want the money. All the owners want the money. The NBA want the money. Nobody has came to an agreement to separate the money in even ways. It took 111 days so far, and it's still going on right now.
Right.
We almost on our way to missing games. But my opinion is, the players the one out there playing, maybe you should give them their money, but the owner's the one who's drafting these players. Maybe they want the money. But maybe it's organizations out here who can't even get superstars to come to their team because of the big teams with the money.
Right.
So therefore, people's names want to be out there. Perfect example, do you want to play for the Milwaukee Bucks? If you want to be a superstar. Do you want to go to the Charlotte Bobcats? Teams never won a playoff game in several years.
Yeah.
Series, I mean.
Well, Chris, do you think the owners are at fault or the players are at fault?
I think it's a little of both. They just need to come together and stop this. It's bad for the whole community. It's bad for the cities. It's bad for the players. It's bad publicity. And if they go to a 50-game season, it just hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts everybody.
Yeah. Hunter, do you think the 2-game suspension has already happened? So players are getting their own little circuit, I suppose. I guess they're getting their own little circuit, I suppose, some of the major names. So do you think that's a good idea for them to make up their own little minor league, I suppose, for the council season?
I think they need to do something because at some point they're going to be playing basketball, and they need to be ready when that basketball is ready to be played. Hopefully that they don't cancel the whole season. That would be awful because baseball had a strike in 1994, and they're just now starting to recover from that strike.
Right.
They're just now starting to fill seats, in every stadium again. Not just New York and Boston, stuff like that. They always have people, but just the smaller market teams. They're just now starting to recover from that. Plus, think about all the people who work at these stadiums. All these people who depend on these NBA jobs at these, at all these arenas from year after year, and now they don't have a job because of all this too. So this has really affected a lot of people, and they need to get it fixed fast.
Well, Hunter, I'm gonna let you know that I was listening to Commissioner Stern, and he was saying the season could have been started. The players are being selfish. They want more money, and everybody want to pile up on teams and all get the same amount of money, which is bringing down revenue for everybody. So I'm thinking that, you spread the power, spread the players.
Absolutely. The owners went to the players with a pretty legitimate deal, and the players, took a firm stand about what they want, which, at some point they're probably going to have to come down off that because I don't see the owners giving them that much money.
Well, Kristen, you being a woman that likes watching basketball, what you think about it?
I think they're just being selfish. If you can't, 54%, 50%, 53%, get it together.
Because I know it's people that work in the stands and people got
It's so many jobs.
They are ready to go back to work. They can't even work right now.
Exactly.
A lot of people are out of work because of this ordeal.
So I just say, get it in motion, play, and let's just split the money up and let's get these fans what they want. So, but to switch the subject on a sadder note, IndyCar 500, Christy, I want you to elaborate on Mr. Dan Weldon, please.
Well, the Indy 500, it was the last race at Las Vegas, and on lap 11, Dan Weldon crashed his car in a 15-car pileup and died shortly after he was airlifted to the hospital.
Wow.
It's just a sad situation, and now they're talking, should we not race it at Oval? How do we make it safer? Is it come to the point that somebody has to die to make these sports safe?
Well, many people have died in these races, but the crazy thing about it is some fans look at it as excitement when they see wrecks, this, that, and the other. But when at the end of the day, when somebody dies, everybody's not happy anymore. But like the race in general will be exciting, but it's not that safe.
Yeah, well, it's a whole lot safer on the road tracks and stuff like that. When you have such high banking and they're open wheel, they just get off the air and they can't control the car. You can't control the car in the air.
So do the test runs need to be more, I guess, up to date or more extreme before the race starts, I suppose? Or?
Well, anytime these racers get in a car, whether it's IndyCar or NASCAR or what have you, they know that there's a possibility that there could be a wreck that could take them out. But I think in this race, I seem to remember hearing that a lot of the drivers were complaining about the speed of the track, that the track was just
super
too fast. And when you have that many drivers coming forth and saying something, I think something needs to be done, because these guys are professional drivers. They know what they're talking about. And if they're concerned about it, if that many of them are concerned about it, then you need to go out and fix it, because these guys need to go out and give it their all to entertain us.
Right.
That's their job. So.
But at the same time, do you think some of the drivers are not driving safe? Because, some people do bump people.
I think that's exactly what happened. That guy was going to win $5 million.
Yeah.
You wouldn't,
he
was going all out.
Going 150 miles per hour with a brick wall over there.
220, and they were 3 wide.
2 feet away from a brick wall with a fence.
No, I personally wouldn't do it. But, for $5 million, I might. I don't know.
What you think that could fix the safety around these Indy drivers? Because they really don't have no cage over their head.
Like put a roof or something?
Roof or
I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
but
it's not. That's what makes the sport exciting, that the race car drivers is being seen. So I'm guessing that's why they keep the top off. But me personally, I couldn't drive in Indy. It's not safe going that fast with that brick wall that close. With them cars going at that speed, it's just too dangerous.
I think that they do have, at Vegas, they do have the safer barrier walls, but it's not really going to help when your car's flying 200 feet in the air and crashing and burning.
Yeah.
So maybe they can come out with some fuel that doesn't catch fire. That'll never happen.
Well, we're going to switch over to this NFL, which is 1/3 of a season away. And Packers are still undefeated, reigning Super Bowl champs. Aaron Rodgers looking like he could be the MVP. I know. But you still got a couple of little teams that's out there that are surprised and winning good, like the 49ers are 5-1, Lions are 5-1, and our Titans are surprised they're 3-2. I hate to say it, but we don't. Man, Hasselbeck, an old veteran, he's still doing his job. So how y'all look at the NFL even without Peyton Manning? You still got young quarterbacks.
Don't talk about Peyton.
I'm just saying he's not in the league, so you got young guys like Cam Newton coming straight out of his rookie year. First 2 games, 800 yards. That's a rookie record. Like the league is looking pretty good, I would think. How you feel about it growing and such?
I feel like the league is way more powerful to me than basketball, far as teams aspect. You can get 20 teams that could make it to the Super Bowl. Like, you can't really pick. You would say the Packers 5-0 and they're gonna get to the Super Bowl.
Who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
I'm clueless. Like, it's beautiful right now. Like, it's beautiful. I like the season how it is. And maybe because of the lockout, the teams come in unprepared, not being able to go through mini camps and do all that. But right now, is lovely because you don't know who's going to win. You can't have no best team, good team. Steelers look good, but they don't look good. Patriots look good, then they get beat by the Bills. You know, so
The Bills look good,
Bills
though.
are legit
Yeah.
this
The
year.
Bills
Yeah.
are
They look
legit.
legit.
That's another team that
They look
surprised a lot
legit
of
for
folks.
how long, you know.
Well, it
That's
makes
what I
for an
gotta-
exciting Sunday.
The dude guy, they say the smartest quarterback in the league, you know, from Harvard, Ryan Fitzpatrick, but, you know, that's the Bills. It's not 1990, you know. I'm looking at it as it's a exciting year. Detroit Lions, come on now, Barry.
Yeah.
Barry never seen 5-0.
No.
What you said.
5-1. Barry never seen it. That's the first time, I think, since like the 80s.
No, I think it was, well, yeah,
60s.
was it 64 or something?
Yeah, 64, 66, something like that.
49ers. Come on now. Jeff Garcia in 2000, last time they about went to the playoffs. Steve Young then was getting 5-1, you know, things like that. But it's lovely to see the 49ers come up, the Detroit Lions, the Bills. You know, that's the difference. That's what the NBA trying to do. Get power spread around the whole league where anybody can be good. Not everybody want to paddle on one team.
Well, what about the Raiders? What do you think about the Raiders this week?
Oh yeah, Carson Palmer's trade. Yeah, I think that'll be nice at least for the rest of this year and next year since Jason Cameron done dislocated his.
Nice. Sure. Al
mean,
Davis
it's-
be turning in
it's-
his grave if he know that when he got Carson Palmer.
It's better
Al
than
Davis
nothing.
be turning
Yeah.
his grave if he
It's
know they
better
went
than
and got
Kyle Bowler.
Carson Palmer.
Well,
It's better than Kyle
they
Bowler.
get two first-round draft
The
picks for that, right?
Bengals did.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
would
that's
you
way
leave
too
for
much for
Carson
him.
Palmer?
He hadn't been playing for a third of the season. Who knows what kind of
he gonna
shape he's
do.
in?
Yeah.
It could be another month before he's even ready to play NFL football.
Man, I seen some on him this morning, and they said he is not ready. He retired for a reason.
Because he didn't want to play for the Bengals.
Yeah, but
They said either play or retire, and he retired.
who does that? Play or
Palmer?
retire?
Yeah, that.
Who does that? And the team that
Well, what about
drafted you
Randy
first
Moss?
round pick, you the one up the par to me. I seen a lot of interceptions over the years, a lot of times. I mean, you is in a division with the Steelers and the Ravens. I understand you're gonna get knocked around, but you got to be tough.
At the
I
same
don't see
time,
him-
though, I think if he can get in some sort of football shape, he's still a better option than Kyle Bowler.
He's from USC. He's not tough enough. I don't really see that happening. You know, how many Trojans are, tough?
Well, what do you think about T.O. and Randy Moss not even still being in the league? I don't think T.O. is even signed all the way yet, but you said he might be. With the Ravens, though.
I think he's going to the Ravens. They said there's a possibility of playing in the next couple of weeks. I think that's great.
I think the teams are fed up with these guys. I mean, are they good players? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very good players.
But good for
But
the
they
locker
both
room?
had multiple chances with multiple different teams, and they've blown every one of them. Whether it's because of off-the-field issues, locker room issues, or underperforming like Randy Moss did here last year in Tennessee, came here and basically did nothing. Did he even catch a touchdown? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I think the league's just fed up with those two personalities. They're great players. Maybe T.O. will do good at the Ravens, but we'll see.
Me personally, I'm a T.O. guy. You know.
Yeah, I think he'll do
He
great.
work hard. He's not Randy Moss. I play when I want to play. That ain't
Yeah,
him.
T.O. has
he
a
go
work
out
ethic
there and
and
play his
practice.
heart out, but he want the ball too.
Well, it's like Favre in Atlanta. He was awful in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You move him around, he's great. So what do you do?
I'll sign T.O. to any team in the league. Perfect example, the Ravens, like you said, the Rams. Matter of fact, Johnson got hurt for the Texans. I signed him now too. Peyton Manning out here, he might as well go try to win the division. So I mean, everything sets up how I want to be. But T.O., I think he can play. He 37 though. But I bet you don't see them 25-year-old boys looking like T.O. He works out.
Yeah.
I done
He's
seen,
in shape.
Yeah.
He got his own TV show. He's everybody's a top. Everybody have different personalities, but T.O.'s was not one of the people who didn't have hard work. Randy Moss was though. Come on now, you go 16-0 and then next year y'all terrible and you get cut the half of the year. I mean, that does not happen. You catch 28 touchdown passes and your coach cut you because you quit on him. So I wouldn't take Randy Moss. I wouldn't.
No.
Well,
Absolutely not.
let's go locally. Talk about Chattanooga sports. End it off. How y'all think about this young Tim McClendon keeps transferring schools, as they say? From first he was from LFO, now he is up there at Signal Mountain. Now they won't even let him play for the rest of the year. How y'all feel about these kids and all this transferring and stuff?
I think I think we're talking about high school sports, and they should let this kid go out and play somewhere. So I mean, whether it's where the zone he lives in or the school he's at now, it needs to be one of those two. But they need to just let this kid come out and play. We're talking about high school sports.
Yeah, what's the big deal?
You play high school sports for fun.
Right.
Yep.
This kid, he might be trying to get a scholarship, but
Yeah, I heard he wasn't even that great. I mean, what's the
exactly.
Second string.
There's
yeah.
rules.
Just let him go out and play football. Come on.
TSSAA, there's rules. That's what happened. There's rules. I mean, when I was at high school, honestly, I was going to transfer to a school, but, they said I had to sit out 1 year, which he didn't do. He went and played spring ball in May.
In LFO, right?
LFO, then 2-3 months later, he playing for Signal Mountain. You can't do that.
See, that's not right, but he needs to. It's being taken way too seriously. He should just go back to LFO, play football there. I mean,
Well, is that even a possibility that now that he goes back to LFO? I mean, I think that he's
Is it?
done. I
He's
think he's
done.
done for the year.
He's done. The school done. They done. They
Oh,
got
man.
fined $700
A
for
game,
the
right?
$700 for an eligible player, $100 each game for having an ineligible player. So that's $1,100. I mean,
I think the person to blame here is the principal of all these schools that this kid's going to, because kids don't just randomly transfer in and out of schools without the principal knowing about it, and he's the one
Right.
letting him go out there on the field.
Right.
I mean, yeah, the coach is involved too, but the principal is the one who has the final say whether or not this kid comes to the school and whether or not he's going to play football. And they know what's going on. They know what's going on. They know he's out there breaking the rules, and now the kid can't play football because the coaches and the principals of all these schools are making irresponsible choices.
Well, for him transferring, do you think that was such a good idea for these students to keep transferring? Because I guess maybe he had he came from a school that his conducts or his grade was not up to par, and you think that could have been the case? Are these teachers or principals or guidance counselors pushing these students enough for education first, and then sports later, or is it just a whole big turnaround the other opposite direction? Are they pushing sports before education, or what do you guys think? What needs to be done at least?
nowadays they may be pushing sports before education, but sometimes it's all in the same bundle.
Mm-hmm.
But with him just switching schools, they was the team he was playing for 0-10. You wouldn't want to play for an 0-10 school, Maybe his grades was all right, maybe they wasn't. But what I can say is you don't switch teams because you're 0-10, 2 months into advance. But at the same time, with his grades and his kids' grades, if their grades are good, they're going to play. If their grades are bad and they the quarterback, they going to play. So, I mean.
Yeah, well, there has to be a set standard for everybody. You can't let the star quarterback play if he's got below whatever it is, 3.0, 2.0. If it's below the standard, he can't play.
Correct.
It should be that way for everybody, not if you're the star, you get a little bye or you get 5 gym classes.
It happens. It happens. I done seen it. It happens.
Anything?
You'd be surprised.
If you have these kids transferring to different schools for legitimate reasons, I don't think that's the case with this kid. I think this kid's just trying to find a good football team to go play on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have kids going to one school for another for academic reasons, because you have an underachieving school over here that this kid's playing for, and he wants to go get an education over here and play football too, well then they should have a little leeway in the TSSAA rules and let that kid play football because he's trying to go out and get an education and have a little fun and play football too. If that's the legitimate reason why a kid is moving schools, then there should be some flexibility with that rule.
That's cool. Well, it looks like we're running out of time. I'm Osmac, so please stay tuned next week at our show. We'll be talking about relationships today at ChattState. Thank you, fans and supporters. Have a blessed day.